Alright, we are back at Rogue Trader. We wrapped up Chapter 2, Worshippers of Cthulhu, and hopefully they keep adding stuff to that game because I like it a lot. So much so I even joined their Discord to like give some feedback and stuff like that on things I'd wish to see. But we're coming back to Rogue Trader. When we left off, we went to Janus, which is our farming planet, our agro world, that we're trying to rescue from some sort of like rebellion. But the head governor might be kidnapping and killing people for fun, so we'll see about that. Oh, that's right, we got Yearlet, I believe.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
A long talk.
I've never seen so many plants before, not even in our arboretum. Oh, that flower there! I read about it in one of the works by Janitor Canassian.
Your display of knowledge, atypical for a layperson, would warrant approbation, were it not for the fact that Janitor Canassian was excommunicated approximately 3 centuries ago.
Oof.
Experience? Nothing matters more.
I will cast you into eternal darkness.
Oh, this is a full freaking base.
Try.
Actually,
Another step towards our ultimate victory. Let's make it quick.
Scared yet?
I gotta attack against the start of our next turn. Cannot miss.
Ancestors, guide me.
This tedium is beneath me. You cannot force me, Alantak. I will not, if it serves your cause. I understand your intent. Fortune favors the swift.
Alright, good damage.
I'm here, maggots.
My ears are ringing.
I am your blade and shield.
We'll actually save that for now.
I shall not fail.
Soften them up.
Let's get to
Wait,
it.
where's our other sword? She only had one in her hand.
Let's get to it.
Slaughter someone. Let's get to it.
Hold on.
My reckoning will be swift.
He barely got hit.
You
He took 1 damage.
Let's get to it.
Alright, Abelard.
Follow my lead.
These people have a lot of kneecap. I would like for them to not have kneecap.
Reduced to dust.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
That's fine. She's not in a good side to use it. Alright,
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
we'll start with him. And
If I may?
we'll give her another shot.
If it serves your cause, no weakness is hidden from my sight.
Alright. Get in the spot. Lock it down. Boost it up.
Running binaric override.
Mark targets.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Start by killing
The
him.
Messiah vital function successfully terminated. High momentum.
And above Kibela.
Actions will speak louder than words.
We'll
The Emperor
have that guy. You know what? We will get
power
that.
resides in the will of the righteous.
I bring mercy and retribution.
I'm so annoyed she doesn't have her other weapon because it's really important.
As honor or death brings me no pleasure. The shadows will see it done. As the tenants demand. Come, the other side awaits.
I will not be deterred.
On a foot.
Running binaric override. Request approved.
There. Can't stop
I
the other
won't suffer this.
Let's make it quick.
Hear you moving, no more. If I must. I am not your Xenos pet. Ancestors guide me.
I didn't say you were.
That is beneath me. No weakness is hidden from my sight. dance of blades and shadows. As honor ordains.
I shot the F-32.
Death comes in silence. Trust me. I shall not fail.
This hopefully kills.
Trust me. Death is a blessing. As honor ordains. As the tenets.
Let's clean up the line. Oh, they're running around because they can't get past the line that...
Let's get to it.
You shouldn't have told me you were there.
Indeed. It will be done.
He doesn't need to do anything.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Damn it, I always forget.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Running binary override. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Had to try.
And so it shall be done. Rejoice in service.
Fortune favors the swift.
They should damage out.
I understand your intent. I'll deal death with my hands.
I don't think they want to. If they did, they should have stopped shooting a while ago.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. As honor ordains. I'm here, maggot!
Just a minor setback. I'm not interested. My place is at the fore. No matter the cost! At your beck and call. I will do my duty.
Just hacking a server
Indeed.
down.
Victory is imminent.
As duty demands.
Cassian?
My vow is to serve. Request approved. The scriptural process is favorable.
I am running 1/3, but... Yukari? Or Aldari? Y'all got family in town, or?
The Emperor commands. Actions will speak louder than words.
Request approved.
Pascal.
Here we go.
And good luck.
If it serves your cause. I hear you moving. No more.
What is the plan there?
Trust me, my blade whispers your name. The shadows will see it done. Killing brings me no pleasure.
Strands of fate, guide me.
Why do you have chainswords too?
At your beck and call. One fewer target. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
In the name of House Orcelio, I shall prevail.
I shall not fail. Trust me.
You will pay dearly for your actions. I'll return this favor tenfold.
As the let your soul be purged.
I don't think you will, but thanks for playing.
As honor ordains. It was a blessing.
Good game.
Do not dare ask.
can't allow myself to do this.
This tedium is beneath me.
Reduced to dust!
Your lips usually dispatch the face, contorted in grimace of pain and rage. Your elucidator activates when she begins speaking in her own language. I swear in Kane's River Heart, Moron. What in? Will pay for your treachery. Mora hikes under your fate and cast it away. May the blood of Eldenesh flood your throat. She closes her eyes, sucks in a breath through her teeth, and quickly murmurs something. When she opens her eyes, her face is once again a mask of cool serenity. She looks at you and begins to speak, this time in low Gothic. Please excuse me, Yolantag. I allowed the turmoil in my soul to win out over my reason. A slip like that could cost me more than you can even imagine. My very soul. Must be careful, even in the face of treachery. Madan is the responsible for the rebellions against the ruler Janus. Well, allow me to tell you everything from the beginning. We call ourselves the children of Assyrian. Aldaria is another name of ours. We are the echoes of the great empire that once ruled the galaxy and created new worlds. A planet that you call Janus is one such maiden world, the Lilithane. A haven that our ancestors made for their kin. For many millennia, only the shadows of our predecessors lived among the ruins until you humans came here. We are the heirs, and we are entirely within our rights to call the maiden world our own. However, our arrival is a tragedy, not a homecoming. We belonged to craft world Krudarak, which fell on the border of the star region. Light of Providence, the merciful gods allowed us to escape the fate that befell those souls whose perish amidst the stardust along with our blood. Destroying an Eldari craft world is a serious achievement. I'd like to shake the hand of whoever did it. Which border exactly? You don't need to know that, Iron Monkey, and where your looting practices. After the calamity, the Lilithan offered my kin a sanctuary, a place of respite in the ruins of our ancestors under the canopy of the forest created by the wisdom of all world singers. Living along your kind who reaps the fruits of our labor with such vulgarity. Now, my path may lead Lilith later, by another route. It was Moran who welcomed me here. He was one of the surviving Farseers of Krudarak. He was with a handful of Assyrian who had escaped death but found a path here. To the destroyed cradle of our kind, they were outraged when they saw how the monkey had ravaged our flourishing garden. The Assyriani do not enter battles they cannot win. However, it is in our power to direct the current so that the elements themselves would wash obstacles and enemies from our path. So it was in this case. Mardan, the Farseer from Krudarak, saw a future without the monkey, and we followed his lead. We simply used the monkey's passion against them, their love of freedom and anarchy, their love of domination and violence. Stoking enmity between servant and rulers is easier when your targets are governed by emotion rather than reason. My kin became military advisor to the monkey who rose up against the ruler of this world. I had a different mission, to become Vistenza's handler, since the rebels would be unable to get her until both sides were sufficiently weakened. The ruler of the humors had never seen a child of Assyrian before, and so she accepted a lie about a degenerate bat branch of monkey dwelling far from their own kind. I know not the answer to your question. Many cycles have passed since I departed these forests, and my kin, they cannot have forgotten me. Lantak Yoraba has thrown my past into disarray and lifted the veil on the truth that has been hidden from me. While I was shadowing the human's ruler, I failed to see the signs that there was another threat looming over the Lathan house besides the monkey beat. The threat should be familiar to you, as it is to other intelligent species in the galaxy. We call it Sialan Thresh, she who thirsts, goddess of chaos, Slanesh. Are the names that the Eldari give to the chaos god Slanesh, their ultimate enemy. Slanesh is a god of passion, excess, and furtive pleasure, and is known for his fickle and treacherous nature. Disfigurements, it seems you call these mutations, are the surest sign of this threat. By mutilating living forms, this malevolent power subjugates them and bends them to its will. You have seen the deformities in the faces of those who are closer to the Lathan's body than others, the rebel who hide under the canopy of these forests. Monkey are weak in spirit, they are susceptible to the propositions of she who thirsts, and in their drive to attain her poison gifts, they perform perverse rituals in her name, rituals that require sacrifices. Like the monkey who were brought to the place and never seen again. The palace, sorry. Lathan's world spirit senses the threat and resists as much as it is able. The living thing that is inhabit this world are becoming its weapons. Weapons turned against the monkey. Poisonous plants, rabid beasts. You're all like a blade in the Lathan's hand as she fights the coming, a sigh on thresh. The signs that have been revealed to me, they all indicate the presence of corruption in this world. Tendrils of corruption may be threading through the world spirit, poisoning it even as we speak. But for our corruption to take hold of the planet so quickly requires effort. Effort directed by the will of another. I believe Vistenza Bayat is enthralled to the will of Sai on Thresh. What? Vistenza Bayat, the governor who has duly served the dynasty in Imperium for decades. Matas, I hope you not stand for such scurrilous slander aimed at one of your finest servants. As lamentable as it may be, the Imperium's history known many cases where even the most steadfast followers of the Creed would turn away from his light. Governor Bayat had to tap into many fountains of knowledge to turn Janus into a prosperous agri-world. Perhaps one of those fountains became our own doing. If she's to blame, why haven't you killed her? There is only one crime graver than serving Cylon Thresh. It is betraying the children of Assyrian for her benefit. Moran saw the past, he beheld the future. How can he not see the dark stain on its face? How could he fail to do everything in his power to rid the Lelathan of this canker? Before I rip this poison seed from the Lelathan's body, I will make sure Moran answers me. Perhaps the signs I uncovered have failed to convince you. I pray to the gods that other fruits, something more comprehensible to you, will emerge to sway your opinion. Cylon Thresh's deceitful and cunning. She subtly penetrates the soul, offering false perfection, luring victims into a web with promises of a wicked ideal. The ruler of the monkey perhaps does not know that even her soul has been corrupted. Innocence proves nothing. Oh, fix. Spinner's blade. Don't ever let go of it, unless I tell you to swap it with something else.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Alright, weapons. Oh, there's a thing to go back, though.
This is out of the ordinary.
Fractions. Okay. Well, that actually would be good for you. Although you don't have anything to parry with. Never mind. Oh, with their ranged weapon. Yeah. Is there a... Sorry, I'm trying to see. I know I'm just like staring at menus, peek gameplay. Yeah. I was trying to see if there was a button to turn off helmets. Ah! Is that on for everybody? Have. Change my favorite setting? What does that mean? My color scheme?
Fortune smiles on us. An ill omen. Just as I was taught. I do what I
Know
must.
your
I'm
duty.
still new to the art of exploring.
Just as he ordained. I sense something nearby. Just as I was taught.
This better be good.
Operation successful.
Okay, it's good. I'll shut up now. That is good. Agility by 5 and athletics by 10. What is your boot? Movement by 3. It does have the dash. Although she could obviously always use more. They'll never get that. Neither will her. They're both single person killers. The only person who could do that is Cavella. Rewards boots. Oh, yeah. Argenta could probably with her guns. So yeah. So I'm not sure
Let
if
us
I'm
walk
gonna
this
keep
path
your
to
lit
the
the whole
end.
time. Just because having 2 snipers is a little heavy. Yeah, I say that having 2 psychers, but you gotta keep your girlfriend. That's just how that works.
My warp sight reveals something.
Okay, so we got that. Found out what's there. Let's go back up and see what's up here.
Unexpected result.
The Divine watches over us.
More rebels.
Grovel before the faithful.
Show them no mercy!
Oh, they just get to. Okay. Rear line. Middle.
I will not be deterred.
We're gonna boost.
And so shall it be done. Rejoice.
Ignite that guy.
Actions will speak louder than words.
I guess I'll just stay there.
If it serves your cause.
That.
I understand your intent.
Range on that.
I am not your Xenos pet, Molly.
I didn't say you were. I don't know where this line has come from.
This tedium is beneath me. This is hidden from my sight.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Be careful not to cross my gaze. Isn't this a job for...
Hold on!
I've suffered worse.
The shadows, killing, brings me no pleasure. Death is a blessing.
She just goes to work, and we love that about her.
This goes against the tenets. I would that I could. Killing brings me no pleasure. As honor ordains.
It just does work.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I will do my duty. I took care of this one.
Momentum.
Reduced to dust.
Good luck, huh? Good job on getting those reinforcements. He totally did it.
Heresy grows from idleness.
Grand Shadows choose one combat tactics area. Every ally inside that area gains an extra turn, 1 AP and 2 MP at the start of the Grand Strategist's next turn. For every enemy that was killed in the combat area, this AP is increased by 1, up to maximum 3, and MP by 2. Bounty hunters simultaneously make several attacks. The number of the attacks is equal to the number of prey in combat. These attacks are equally divided among all the prey in the bounty hunter's line of sight. The attack always hits and always scores crits. That seems broken with the snipers. Master Tactician selects a 3x3 zone on the battlefield. All allies, including a Master Tactician that have line of sight to any enemies inside the selected zone, make an immediate single attack against a random enemy that they can target with their weapons. That's pretty good. Master makes an attack with the current weapon. This attack cannot miss and deals 50% more damage. It also deals additional damage equal to 25% of the target's wounds. Oh, it's a finisher. Fastness dodge, dodge reduction, armor penetration, and parry reduction are doubled for this attack. Until their next turn, the Vanguard attack each enemy that attacks the Vanguard's allies in a 3-cell radius around them. Additionally, until their next turn, the Vanguard always retaliates when attacked. That seems pretty good. If he gets stuck in. Pad is speckled with black tracks, scratches. Flying machines land here often. Okay.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
I have learned much in my exile.
The Emperor gave me a
Quite a few
vision.
years, your body and spirit remain strong. Tell me, Amic Avalard, what do you do to train them?
The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I?
The duty prevails.
Well, I spent a lot of time running back and forth after the Lord Captain first started. And yeah, the place is blinded by Slanesh curse.
The shadows reveal their secrets. I do what I must.
Recoil. The only person who wears that is Avalard. Oh! Hello! This place
Showing
is
up
useless
uninvited?
things.
How improper!
We're once so timid, so reticent. Could the seed of evil have truly taken root in them as well? Looks like it. They definitely look like something Slanesh would cook up. There. 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 There.
I will not be deterred. Rejoice in service! The Emperor commands! And so it shall be done. I will not be deterred. Actions will speak louder than words.
That's okay.
I cannot serve you in this way. Trust me.
Well,
The shadows will see it done.
I move as if unseen. If it serves your cause. I understand your intent. If it serves your cause. If I must.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
Get this Avalon. If anybody does, it's you.
That is foolishness. If I may.
Trust me. Let your soul be purged. As the tenants demand.
Running by Derek Override. Request approved. My vow is to serve.
What's his new thing? Oh, that's his heroic. That makes sense. Okay, I thought that was a regular move, and I was about to say that is insane.
The Omnissiah condemns you. High momentum.
And so shall it be done. May my wrath be thy undoing.
Caught by the web. As honor. Trust me, come. The other side awaits.
This team is kind of goated.
their blades be sharp. Death is a blessing.
Good lord, she's insane. It actually feels unfair to have her.
Let the faith guide my path
Like,
to
I know
glory.
she's DLC and stuff like that, but it actually feels like I'm cheating a little bit. Box tower is assembled from parts, clear, not intended for such use. Among the support beams of plastic, you see arches from containers. Okay. So that's the end of this line? Is this just to like be like the monsters are, or the animals are going wild?
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Ah. I didn't even see it go up.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
This Explorator is blessed with multi-functionality.
The beast did not kill this man out of hunger. Oh. That would have been a heads up about the whole creatures are about to attack you.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Alright.
An expected result.
You are outdated and suboptimal. Your body has suffered deterioration and requires modification.
Funnily enough, I've grown rather attached to the old thing. Have patience. Someone will shoot me any minute now, and then you'll have your chance to upgrade me.
Too hard for a simple monkey?
But there's just one that tells the creation of the lake, turning the lifeless dead world into a blooming garden.
The divine watches over us.
This place is truly corrupted by Slanesh.
I have proven myself yet again.
Covered similar marks. The touch of sheer thirst has disfigured the lake and down to the smallest children. How deep does the corruption run? That looks more final. I'm gonna guess quite a bit. Back of Corpse Head, there's a strange narrow hold. It does not look like it came from a conventional Imperial weapon. A hole like that could have been left by a thin blade piercing the skull.
Attention to detail is the key to
With each
success.
step, I forge my destiny among the
10
stars.
agility and perception for Azurani and Drukhari. Like, legitimately? No. But sure, I'll give it to her. That's pretty freaking crazy too. Just plus 10 to 2 stats? Her dodge is up to 110.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
To perceive.
Such a baby trapped
Just
horse.
as I was taught.
Ah. Sure. I know it's been rough for you since the meeting of the ruins by the ruins. First contact leaves an impression on everyone, but when I recommended you to the commander, I never thought you wouldn't have the stomach to process the truth. Think what you want, but I'm still your friend. I don't want anything to happen to you because of your own stupidity. I saw your bag with the packs of nature bars that are last bought from the settlement. And if you thought no one would notice a couple of clips missing from Torvin's backpack, you thought wrong. I want to give you a chance. Return the goods. You know that every nature bar counts these days. That stuff that grows on the forest is no longer edible. We're in need of weapons more than ever. I can guess why you need all this. You want to split, abandon our cause, go back home, and pretend nothing happened. But I'm not writing this to appeal to your conscience. I just want to say that you're a marked man now, Kurt. After meeting the higher-ups, cutting and running is the worst thing you could try to do. They are watching those who've seen them. They won't let you leave. Let's talk. Just you and me in private. Let me know when you're in the camp. Grenades. Those are good. A whole bunch of corpse starch. Those. Diversify your grenades. It's one of each kind. Which by +6 and grants 2 charges to the slash ability and reduces weapon skill, ballistic skill, and perception by 15 until the start of the user's next turn. Immunity to toxic. Melee gains 4 MP and 2 for AP. Oh, flame grenade. Grenade's a grenade, Avalard. Okay, so that's a lock-in item.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Know your duty.
I should try to use that more often.
How many foes have you, Elantak?
Oh, so many.
Rejoice in service. The Emperor commands. I will not be deterred. Actions will speak louder than words. Rejoice in service.
Let your soul be purged. I shall not. The blade whispers your name.
Why is that there?
If it serves your cause.
That was one hell of a shot. She didn't even lift up the gun.
I understand your intent. I deal death with my hands.
As honor ordains. The shadows will see it done. Caught by the as the blade whispers your name. I shall not fail. Trust me. Caught by the web.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Solid amount of damage.
A tactically sound approach.
You are approaching.
I'd rather not. Victory is imminent.
I took care of this one.
You sure did.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Watch out.
Oh, they've had their own
Just
run-in
as
with the
he
creatures.
ordained.
Let us see what I've found.
The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am
My
I?
house would be
This
proud
spider's
of me.
fierce with spikes and spine, the skin around the growth is inflamed, as if the protrusions have appeared recently, causing the creature pain.
Let us walk this path to the end.
What you doing? How that? Okay. No, don't mind us. I think they mind us. The tall being in a fine long garment turns to you, their face hidden behind the blank visor of their helmet. When they begin to speak, even from a distance, you feel the air around the figure grow cold. Monkey, you should not have been here. Moran, I am calling you to account. You said that the greater danger threatening the Lelathan lurked in the hearts of the monkey, their greed and ignorance. And all the while, another enemy was looming over this world, an enemy whose tracks you should have seen of this coming. Silent Thresh, she who is threatening this world, and you hid it from us. Answer me, did you or did you not behold our greatest foe in the Lelathan's future? Did you lie to me? After you hear Let's words, the two Eldari behind Moran start moving. One looks around at the leader while the other lets out a cry muffled under his visor. The rebel beside you cringes as though the Eldari's speech causes him pain. He strains to say something, but Moran makes an imperious gesture and the soldier meekly straightens and salutes, staring at the Zenos with slavish devotion. The rogue figure inclines her head, and then they begin to speak. You're Leah, the outcast. You left the path that was set out for you, brought unknown monkey to our future, to our refuge. And now you speak to me of unseeming anger. Your long wanderings far from Kudarak have altered your mind and tainted your sight. This feels like a stay out of it. My wanderings are the path I have chosen for myself, far from the walls of Kudarak. I have come to see and come to know things that no other Eldari could, hidden away in a crowded world their entire life. Why do you not have my words about Silent Thresh? Is it because you're lying to me and my kin when you showed us the true path? This Alantok was the first person to discover the coming of Silent Thresh, one of those whom the monkey called Chaos Gods. Without him, I would still be deceived by your words about the destiny and the true future. Monkey revealing past. It's ludicrous. Monkey bring pain and strife. In our time and for all time. How can you trust a monkey after what we taught you? After hearing the sorrowful song of the dying world, it was not chance that brought Kudarak down. Monkey destroyed our ancient home, stripping us of our defenses, doomed us to wander amidst the cold stars. The color of these Xenos are painful to behold, but there is just as much pain in their hearts. Or could it be fear, despair? Cannot tell, the hues are too strange, too Cassie flinches and a trickle of blood runs down her cheek. These words had come from an Aldari, I would have believed them, but you are merely a monkey, a plaything of your own passions. Any emotion that takes hold of your soul can drive out all trace of reason and honor. You are playing with words and avoiding the question. The Lelathan is under threat from our eternal foe, and yet you're more convinced about the presence of the Elantak than the corruption that is flowing through the veins of this world. You ever consider that your war might simply be hastening Cylon Thresh's triumph? Perhaps the ruler's servants, in their effort to protect her, will resort to more and more instruments of corruption. You left Kudarak in our darkest hour to gratify your ego. You came to us on the Lelathan, and I accepted you as one of our own. I even gave you a real purpose here, the outcast, and you dared to insult me, a Farseer. It was a mistake to let you into the circle. You have turned our efforts to survive into dust with your own hands. I am a child of Assyrian, Moron, not a plaything in the cold hands of fate, which you claim speaks through your mouth. My choice of path is no worse than yours or any other Aldari's, and my path calls me to fight our true enemies, not eradicate the monkey. If it comes to it, I will stand with them, but this Elantak can see what you are blind to, Farseer. Your lips are light with fury. She quickly lays her hand on it, looking away from the Farseer. The words of a creature whose will is ruled by momentary whims. There is nothing you can do to make believe your strength of convictions. The name of that dangerous monkey, and I will see to it that the Lelathan is purged from those defiling her face. Then again, there's one way to prove to me that the monkey truly did care about the well-being of their captured world. Eliminate the rulers sojourning on the Lelathan and relinquish the governing of this world to me and my kin. The Lelathan herself will stand as surety for our agreement, as will your compatriots who live on it, and the profit that you will gain by tilling the maiden world. Our human helpers will replace the leaders of the Monkey. We will be the ones who govern Lelathan. It's not my intention to have my brothers and sisters sit on the council. That role will be played by humans. You may choose whomever you wish for the task, but long never who stands behind them and lead our direction. I suppose my dance could be considered a gift for the likes of you. You cannot wish for anything better than Aldari's stewards to rule over a monkey without bloodshed. A heavy silence falls between you and the assembled Aldari. Yeah, they're not gonna get rolled by you. I'm not willing to risk my kin's lives. I will steal my soul and try to believe your promise. The governor must die and she must be replaced by new rulers, once not corrupted by the touch of she who thirsts, or you must return to the sins of Ayat and put an end to the taint that has afflicted the Lelathan. The tale of the children of Assyrian on the Lelathan is coming to an end, but somewhere out there among the cold star of the cosmos that your kind calls the expanse, there are others, deprived of their homes, lost, suffering. We can help one another, Lontak. You will be my wings and I your wounding spear. Your voice of reason should you encounter my kin. But that is still not enough. I promise you a wondrous reward, Lontak. The treasures of my world hidden in the vastness of space in exchange for the rescue of my kin. If you remain true to your word and do not back our covenant. Well, Elantak, Ignatius, yes, I am tired of titles and designations, my own and others. Since your path lies beyond the limits to the Lelathan, I will go with you to search for others of my kind scattered among the stars. Perhaps they will greet me more warmly than this brood. Remember your promise. When we leave, it will be to go to the distant stars. Moran saw them in his visions, and they sang mournful songs about the fate of my people, and I will fight beside you until the dawn of the stars turns into a funeral lament.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
I have learned much in my exile.
Accomplished!
Warp energy. But this used to be like a chaos worship?
A trivial task.
Because the Eldari are all webway. They don't go to the warp for anything. It's bad times for them in there. So we know the governor's been taking people. We know Slaanesh's corruption is spreading on this place. And that's enough for me. That'll be enough for me. Base critical hit chance is 10%. All hit chances above 95 is converted to crit hit chance. I like that. I like that it doesn't like just be like, oh, you have 240% hit chance. It's 95. There are no bonuses. Like, no, you crit.
The Divine watches over us!
Steep man wearing a cloak of the Adeptus Administratum is reviewing information on a data slate while his coin wearing mechanical arms show a long scroll with writing. Upon noticing, the man stretches his thin lips into a smile and deferentially bows. The light in the eyes of the serval skull will bring his right shoulder and gently pulsate. Your lordship, what an honor to address you in person. Allow you to introduce myself. Attilius Quet, Perfectus of the Officia Agricolte. I will preserve the record of our conversation forever. What do you think of Vistenza? The governor is a superb leader. She possesses an excellent grasp on all matters and never used the incorrect form for a given situation. I do not pry into her personal affairs, but I may speak plainly. A lady who fills out paperwork with such finesse cannot be a bad person, my view. A highly exceptional individual. After today's regretful event, I'm beginning to hold her talents in particular esteem. Barely, even mutants who have seen the light of the God's Emperor can faithfully serve his flock. However, your lad's particular abilities could be an interesting subject, the study of the Magus biologic. That elongated head shape, those eyes, judging by the skull that was given to me to send on the football, such developmental anomalies on Janus are not a quirk of nature, but some kind of an inheritable trait. What did you say? Oh, madam, have my words upset you? I am certain your kinsman will be delighted to learn that people wish to make pretty pressed papier out of his remains. Besides, I could be wrong about the nature of the origins. Let's go. What's remarkable, I must say, true anomaly. One moment. Here it is. I believe the finished piece was intended to be given as a gift to the governor, but under current circumstances, I doubt I'll be able to send it to football anytime soon. As Scaz mentioned, did reach out towards Artilius with the interest, seemed to unnerve him a little. Adequately preserved is a pity that it is empty inside. It could have been a proper service gold, herald for the rogue trader, unorthodox. Break it. Oh, wrong choice.
Let the faith guide my path to glory!
She has a particular field around her. Magus Finselect is a very wise man, but his fixation on evolution perhaps seems a little extreme to me. Janus was heavily cultivated. Forests were cleared and mountains raised across half of the planet. It's no surprise that we're still not noticing the consequences. It's possible that the plant mutations are connected to waste runoff from the harvesting equipment, and the changes in wildlife behavior could be a reaction to the expansion of the cultivated area. Are you surprised by my knowledge of the topic? Our whole dynasty has just dedicated itself to taming Janus, this plentiful yet stubborn planet. Every member of the Viap bloodline is versed in the fundamentals of planetary engineering and its consequences. I know what you're referring to. Strange structures of an unknown material. For the prevention of any unfortunate accidents, I ordered an area to be declared out of bounds for all. Some things are better off left under a thick layer of dirt, on the grasp of even the enlightened mind of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I don't deny it. Some of our experiments exact a higher toll on the population than others. You see, recently, one of the noble families of Janus has taken on the difficulty task of enhancing the attributes of our workers. So far, it has involved introducing experimental supplements to their food and mental conditioning and monitored settlements. Sometimes procedures are disrupted and part of the population suffers from side effects. The specialists of the Gravaz family would be better placed to inform me on the attack, but alas, they are currently engaged in the field. Have you really, your lordship? And what have you learned? Let's not waste time. What? No. You've woven your web of deceit in vain. You can no longer hide behind the veil of ignorance. Ignatius has seen the evidence of your deeds, heard the cries of the tormented of the late that walked amongst the decay that you brought to the maiden world. After your lies, chaos wretch. Feel it. How dare you, you filthy vermin? How have you played for that outfit? Your lordship, what is going on? Colors are darting to and fro like startled shadows. The colors know that they are all the veil that stands between the soul and the truth. If the veil falls, all will turn red and purple. Even now, I can already see the muted purple seep through. What do you need? I, daughter of House Viat, governor of House Janus, and citizen of the Imperium, serve none other than the Emperor and Von Valancius. And what? What are you accusing me of? It is merely a tool at my disposal. A tool that I have power and courage to use. Do you think ordinary methods would have been enough to tame this demented planet? No. My family struggled for decades, and it was all in vain. The loyal servants of those families who have resided on Janus for centuries helped me to unlock a new source of power. Ancient knowledge, secretly passed down from generation to generation, accessible to select few, which grants power over nature itself. How could I reject it? How could I undo all the work of my predecessors who were entrusted with Janus, who faithfully served the Von Valancius dynasty, and who, with the madman's obsessiveness, feed this rock into a stunning diamond? 2 days spent among the initiated was enough for me to start hearing the voices of angels in my ears, angels who get to meet keys to conquering this world. Oh, looks like we're having a little bit of an internet spike, but it looks like it's correcting itself pretty quickly. Hopefully we don't have too many problems today. So yeah, she's definitely, if not knowingly, but before you fill my ears with more accusations, with more admonitions. Remember who has deeply served your dynasty all these years. Remember who has devoted her life to turn Janus into the primary source of wealth and your protector. Remember to whom your predecessor entrusted one of her most valuable worlds without fear of treachery or conspiracy. Without me, without my service, my sacrifice, Janus would be nothing. Behold, proof of my knowledge must remain in the hands of the worthy. Many lay people are capable of possessing it, but a wise mind that is not bound by oaths of obedience to Yamasai is vulnerable to corruption, free thinking. Even more vulnerable than the mind of an ignorant commoner. What more proof do you need in a long attack? The monkey has confessed her handiwork. You made a mistake in thinking that anyone would come to your aid on my world. Servants to me. I'll do the whole thing.
My success is an irrefutable
Somebody's
certainty.
supposed to attack me? Oh, I guess further down, some of them.
I see what others do not.
Know your duty.
Blood is my life. Death is my duty. Fortune smiles on us, an ill omen. Just as I was taught.
Pascal, open the
Operation
door.
successful.
Oh, she's full on summoning demons in here.
We are bound by the blood of man to escape their fate.
The Masters demand your death!
Okay. Then. Backline.
I cannot comply. And so it shall be done.
Head.
Rejoice in service. This is beyond me. And so shall it be done. Actions will speak louder than words. And so shall it be done.
The shadows will guide the blade whispers your name. Caught by the web. Killing brings me no pleasure.
This shit is just not fair.
I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Didn't I have line of sight on anybody?
If I may,
I bring mercy in retribution.
Give in to sensation!
Oh, to even dodge a demonette is nothing.
Just designate a target. I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Nobody said you were. I remember this.
If I must.
Such a weird thing.
My soul sings in ecstasy! Genasi!
Ancestors, guide me!
My place is at the fore. It will be done.
Oh.
Minds exist only to be broken!
You got this, Everard.
As the tactical imperative dictates. My competencies are not that universal. Cogitation fails.
Can't see anybody for some reason.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
I serve the ruinous powers!
You should have changed up your wording quickly.
Vile delights beckon you!
Really, just pulling demonettes out, huh?
My faith strengthens me. Yeah. Follow my lead.
You will pay an even greater price.
Of agony!
Ah. Oh, Dari. On my side? Yes. Okay. I was gonna say, if they weren't, I'd be a little annoyed.
Rejoice in service! I will not be deterred! Rejoice in service!
One fewer target.
That's right.
Actions will speak louder than words. My enemies shall be crushed like dust beneath my feet. And so shall it be done.
If only that were possible. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Ooh, good.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Oh, wow.
I will not fail the craft world.
You're shooting us! Why do they have chainswords? It's so weird. Excuse me.
At your beck and call, I took care of this one. We'll rule the stars themselves. Indeed. Reduced to dust.
Christ, Abelard.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Jesus, now that you guys shot the shit out of all the cover.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. Request approved. Raise you machine spirits. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. My vow is to serve.
I took care of this one.
Good lord, Abelard.
Stay vigilant. Oh, my ears ringing.
Try good.
I am but a vessel for the higher purpose.
It will be done. I will do my duty. It will be done.
To the brink of agony.
Victory is imminent. It will be done. One fewer tongue. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Indeed.
I won't suffer this. I can't allow myself to do this. The Emperor commands.
Stop making the veil degradation so bad.
Emperor, give me strength. I am a navigator, not a servitor. Do not dare ask. If I may,
I will do my reduced to dust.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Bonjour.
The shadows reveal their secrets. My blade whispers your name. As the tenets guard. Trust me. Caught by the web.
50% chance to absorb, so you should just literally roll a coin.
I shall not fail. Trust me.
In and out. Don't shoot us up. Thank you.
Swift and silent. I am not your Xenos pet. I hear you moving. No more. You cannot force me, Alantak.
And you guys are not needed. Do you feel not needed? Because you should.
It will be done. An exemplary strike. At your back and one fewer target.
Oh. Abelard. Unit lowers her weapon, but her shoulders remain tense. She finally catches her breath, shaking her hair over her face in a fluid motion, and looks at you. You have done your duty, Alontok. From now on, the Lilithan has hope for the future. A future without Cylon, Thresh, and her followers. Sword has yet to be cleansed, but there's a time for everything. Now is the time to thank you. You are hoping in vain. The seeds these fond leave behind may sprout in 100 years. In other people and in other deeds. I pray that I'm wrong. I will most likely return to Janus. I must keep an eye on my worlds. Force is dwindling, the Lilithan is saved. This place must be cleansed. Burn it, Monkey. We fulfilled the terms of the agreement. Do not forget what you promised us. Wow. He literally bisected her. Listen to persuasion. Sorry, Cabela, I forgot about it. Thank you for dodging. To be in a Brevskata exists in a higher state of being without a doubt. Each of us is born to realize one supreme purpose, to lead humanity to perfection. God must satisfy these needs by any means open to them. Should an aristocrat deliberately curtail their own desires in some way and fail to appreciate the gifts granted them as one of nature's higher beings, in what way do they differ from the dust beneath one's feet? I am an aristocrat because I get the fancy stuff. If I don't use it, what is the point of my existence?
The machine god grants me insight.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Okay. Let's level up. One additional AP at the 20th character level. Okay. And better fellowship. We be yapping to people. Additional AP. Ballistic skill. Second while I take a drink. I think he does wear heavy armor. Medium. Oh, I'm glad I didn't take it. That would be good if I had one that I liked, but I think his current thing is Laz. That we will boost. Yeah, get him to 95 with that. Plus 1 EP. Yeah. Ballistic skill, just literally shoot better. Alright. This toughness is already pretty good. I'll give her one more weapon skill. Back armor 35. Black Pass. More than 40, but I don't think it is. Yeah, Hercules 30. Oh, you got that good fire blast. He also wears light. Gives her +5 agility. She dodges most of everything, so. That's +10 strength. That's pretty good. Targets no taunting screen. Not that. Persuasion. Oh, it does go over 100. Yep. That's what my guy's good for.
Blessed is Von Valencia's bloodline. This is beyond me.
I'm gonna remove stuff from my bar.
I cannot comply.
Where is... There we go. Okay.
I will not be deterred.
What advice do you seek? This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment. Victory is imminent.
If such is the Emperor's will.
Dead rock encased in metal. Monkey structures are repellent. I could never live in such a place.
Listen to war with wielder suffers 13% more damage from psychic and navigator powers.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Really? Literally had paintings up of the demonettes. Torture chambers. I hate Slanesh. So boring. So ugh. Lordship, what happened? Where's Lady V at? Oh no, heresy. Heresy on Janus. They got him for watch over us. Whatever the governor did, I have no knowledge of. We will rid out those who colluded with them right away. He was gonna say something. I don't know what he was gonna say.
The Divine watches over us!
Wait, were those the people? Okay. I thought those were the supposed rebels. Not supposed, they were rebelling. Oh, not just servants. Alright. That should change.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
wonderful news. We will conduct the identification without delay and funeral renders to Colonel's close associates. I oversee the administrative care apparatus on the planet service secretary. I'm also responsible for the logistics for displaying the planet to the Von Valances dynasty and the timely payments of ties to Imperial tax collectors. Oh, your lordship, our ship ladies supply shipments are all in order. All food stuff and other items are ready to export and are simply awaiting the arrival of the transport ships. However, given the current circumstances, Janitor could not even provide one tranche more than what is already prepared. As a confess as yep, and I had the pleasure of filling out a secret type protocol form as the last Imperial ships to come by here did, so under my predecessor. I could not think of it. That would have been several decades ago. I do hope the logisticians responsible for such an unforgivable oversight lose their heads over this. Did that solve the... That's why the treasure, or by managing these worlds with prudence, establishing a colony, strike a deal with an influential partner. Authorize a data bank decryption on the personal cogitator. Okay, so...
Know your duty.
If we go back to the ship, we should be able to tell them to do that. We now have control over the greenery. The promise to help give it the lead of flip-flop land to Takar cannot be fulfilled. Send supplies to Football, allowing the righteous and Cindy Accorda to restore Imperial order. No. That's why I brought it back there. The inhabitants will be praised the rogue traders spared them the painful choice between starvation and succumbing to the reign of Incendia Accorda. Welcome the new trader, the Adeptus Mechanicus Planetary Office brought to the ship an offering of several versatile microvines. Ancient machines whose carcasses have been found and danced and carefully restored. The sacred steel titans will serve. These are most helpful are super for establishing diamond colonies. Completing projects and colonies can earn the rogue trader unique rewards that cannot be obtained through other means. Projects are the backbone of the company. Completing them requires resources. Takes time. Or need a reward can now be claimed. Huh. Right. Affects the ability of the colony to cope with negative events on its own. Affects the amount of profit factor produced by the colony and the speed of projects in the colony, decreasing them by 10% for each point. Affects the amount of resources produced. Okay. Many planetary aristocrats have stained themselves with incompetence and lost their title. A few nobility of kin princes will be created out of subjects who prove capable in science and governance. Those who succeed in wisely managing their complex fees, strictly maintaining obedience among the commoners, increasing the output of rare organic chemicals will keep their positions. Oh, but it blocks the other ones. In the days of mutiny, many among Jamma's pampered nobility fled the planet. They are to be replaced with more enterprising servants. A small but ambitious Ultra-Requisitor syndicate belonging to the Casablanca Commission has contacted the Rogue Trader with a lowly request to entrust the governance of Janus to them. With Vladimir Takara pushing all of his competitors out of the coal trade, the Ultra-Requisitors are hoping to change the line of business, becoming dignified aristocrats serving House von Valancians. They'll give me Starblight, +1 profit factor, +1 complacency, ×1 xenotag, ×1 provisions. Janus is ailing, and who better to cure it than the sage genitors of Magus Biologists. Management of the Agri-Complicates will be taken away from the aristocrats and handed over to the servants of the Omnissiah, who will synchronize their operations for the benefit of the planet. Grants a +10 bonus to strength, toughness, and agility, and influences a -10 on that. Quantity is periodically replenished, so that's what they mean by replenishing. We have efficiency, we have complacency and profit factor, we have security. Chemicals. I think security is the right choice for this planet. How do I see how long it's gonna take? Yes, I don't. I think it did say it will kill me, but manage your colonies remotely with Y. So I can. Oh, I should probably talk to Yerlet. That's probably a thing that needs to happen. Oh, and have a bath. We gotta have a bath. We just spent a whole day on Jungle Fever Planet. By that I mean Slanesh. Oh, and also start this. Place your hand. So now another word detector turns to the cut. He raises his hand and a pair of binary code pours out of his box device. Several motors in the bowels of the machine grow louder. Its undulating hum responding to his chant. Numerical combinations run down the screens. Darkonis has discovered numerous critical errors. The data is damaged, registering an intact segment. The machine spirit has spoken. The worlds of Kiava Gammon and Darkonis hold certain data repositories. The mechanism is provided with data keys. The gracious machine spirit is willing to transfer it to the head of the house by means of Electu, a hypodermic tattoo augment. remains hidden in the cryptid belonging to the esteemed Theodora. Oh, she had some, because the only one who could have known about the repositories, perhaps the former engine Seer Prime could also have known Omnisci accepts his code. If I were to propose a hypothesis, it would be most prudent to figure as imminent to store classified data in the receptacles most secure. The Omnisci favors you. The machine's very willing to commence the calculation procedure that could restore the lost data. The repository Kiao Gama has a security system guarding it. The machine has received a code that will allow you to disable the defenses. The data has been restored, but it's only a single phrase. Litanies of the motive force. That is all the secret mechanism was able to salvage. There she is. Stands out from surrounded like a Janusian jungle tree in a garden of manicured topiary. Unsettled beauty and alluring otherness, and her posture, her gestures, her piercing stare radiate from the Eldari. Your leg nods curtly, saying nothing.
What do you wish to talk about? I followed my path. Do you know what a path is to the children of Assyrian? It is more than a chosen, what do you call it, craft. The path is how each of us moves through the labyrinth of existence, inside and out, in life and in spirit. It is both a journey and a fortress. It protects us from she who thirsts. To stray from the path is to fall into her dark embrace. The first path I walked was the path of awakening. It granted me the ability not merely to look, but to see, and to take notice of what I saw. My second path could have been that of a warrior, but I chose differently. For the ability to see called me beyond the boundaries of my homeworld. Though not everyone was pleased by this decision, I stepped onto the path of the outcast. I gained the freedom to choose, to question, to doubt where the others merely bow before the wisdom of a Farseer who dictates the will of destiny. And I will follow my path until I reach its pinnacle. It feels like I am in the belly of a bird with steel wings. Cold and unliving, but stubbornly blazing through the dark. It lacks life with its light and beauty, but although your vessel cannot even remotely be compared to a craft world, I feel strangely satisfied. We, the Assyriani, are born and dwell on craft worlds. To find myself on a moving world again, even one such as yours, is a source of much joy. The words of truth sound like music. This is what our people say.
Taking a bath, taking a bath. I forgot last time I invited Pascal, he literally soaked. You should now called upon me for the sake of your own idle amusement, Solantok, the children of Asuran, to delight in unity, both with the universe and their kin. One of the ways in which we achieve this unity is symphonic creation. As Shrine wishes the rest to spend time with their closest kin, we weave images with our voices. Each of us adds something of our own until the melody becomes a harmonious tapestry woven for different sounds. It looks like tears though you see down and high. I do not know how much you truly understand of what I've told you. Still, your soul seeks harmony. Begins off a peculiar melody, follows a strange unpredictable rhythm as she is trying to draw intricate patterns with her voice. You begin to sing, guided by your own emotion more than any specific rhythm or motif. Every now and then your lid changes the flow of the melody, encouraging you to add something new to the song. A warm feeling settles over you like a gentle embrace, and your lid's expression softens. We created an unusual tapestry together, Lantak. It is unlike any I've woven with my kin. You lack experience, but you understand the purpose of the weave, and in our brief melody, I found peace. I must leave well. May you find rest in body and spirit. Gotta get clean. Was that always there? Ah, yeah, it was.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations. I am a part of House Orselio, an ancient dynasty of the Navis nobility. Since time immemorial, our family has served to advance knowledge, pushing at the boundaries of the dark unknown. The Starway Atlas contains 2,843 routes that chart the sectors of the Segmentum Obscurus and reach all the way from the Coronis Expanse to Holy Terra. You wish to know about me? I suppose I can help you with that. What would you like to know? Hardly. According to the chronicles of the house, I was born on one of the Orselio worlds. What was it? Please forgive me, Lord Captain. My childhood memories are too vague. Sometimes I dream about the colorful birds that built their nests in the garden, or the servants dressed in purple livery, or the blue fog that rolled over the lowlands behind the palace. But everything is covered in a rosy haze. Perhaps it is my imagination, not my memory, that is painting these pictures. My stay on the station was wholly dedicated to preparing me for my future duty. Astromancy, astrography, numerology, the histories of my house and the Imperium, as well as other disciplines. For many years, dozens of instructors tirelessly prepared me for my destiny. And once a year, Great Regent Alronto would come to the station. He would entrust his beautiful vessel to my command, so that I could master the practical aspects of our art as well. The Regent gave me a bird from a sunlit planet once. I tried to befriend it and make it sing, but for some reason, it refused, and died soon after. The instructors were too respectful of my duty to my house to waste precious time on idle chatter. Aside from them, there were only servants on the station, and you know they have their vocal cords removed, so they cannot break their vow of silence. And since the subject has been breached, Lord Captain, why do you not follow this honored tradition? Your decks are so garish. Apologies, I meant noisy. The rabble don't just chatter. Sometimes they shout and even sing. Why do you allow such a lack of restraint? Rogue traders are highborn, are they not? Please forgive me, Lord Captain. I was sure it was a sacred tradition made sacrosanct by the ancient vows of obedience. I expect more surprises will be waiting for me outside the walls of Urak 5.
Yeah, we don't do that to people.
The Navigator's open eye is baneful to whoever the warp's ruinous shine falls upon, and therefore it is the symbol of our power. We are the guiding stars of humanity, found worthy of an uncommon gift, and one of the duties that we bear is to guard our eye, even from wayward glances that may bear evil. Besides, I am aware that lesser servants of the Imperium may find our appearance repulsive. The Navigator gene twists the features the rabble are used to seeing, and the magnificence of our role cannot be grasped by their feeble minds. Lord Captain, you are overstepping the bounds of propriety. It may be difficult to describe. You see, every navigator perceives the warp differently. My mentor, Great Regent Elronto, always described his travels through the Immaterium as a journey through a vast wood with countless paths. And I, assisting him in the first voyages, futilely tried to follow his example. But the wood would not reveal itself to me. But everything changed when I found my own key to this mystery. You see, I've always brightened up my rare moments of leisure time by painting. You may recall there was a workshop in my chambers. As soon as I imagined the warp as a blank canvas, an indescribable feeling came over me. I moved the brush, going deeper and deeper into my own painting. Visions were hidden within the vibrant colors of my palette, and something inside me knew which should be brought out and which should be left behind. I woke up several days later, after the voyage was safely complete. The Emperor graced me with a gift. I can see inner life in addition to the mundane. You cannot know that a fruit has rotten from the inside until a blade slices it in two. I can see the rot from far away. It roils like swamp mud, oozing through the bright peel. Anger and boredom, sadness and joy. Everything that people shut away inside themselves is revealed to me like colors on the canvas of my world. You will hear no objection from me, Lord Captain. Sister Argenta shines like a guiding star, inspiring resolve in those around her, seemingly inexplicably. However, I see a dark and ugly fog billow behind her, contrasting sharply with her shining light. It burdens the Sister of Battle. It drags her down. Yet Argenta herself is hardly aware of it. Seneschal Viserion is among the few whose colors are a pleasure to look at. Whenever the Seneschal speaks, heavenly crystal clarity spreads around him. And whenever he is angered, dark blue clouds condense over him. And in his rare moments of joy, a pure gleam of sunset pink caresses the souls of those near him. Out of your entire retinue, Lord Captain, he is the only one I would trust with my life.
I mean, that's just Abelard. Abelard is the best.
Reading Xenos' colors has always been a grueling challenge for me. The boundless palette of colors Iliad emanates is too painful to look at. Her hues are bright, blinding, unnatural, and very, very dangerous, Lord Captain. I would never entrust my safety to a being that screams so loudly and clearly of its alienness to human perception. Jai is like a gem. The brighter people shine around her, the clearer her faces reflect a myriad of colorful gleams. They are all parts of Jai, but no single one of them is her. I cannot discern her true colors through the veil of her motley shawls. I peel off hue after hue, only to find a different color underneath every time. The esteemed Magos Haneman is shattered, like a beautiful stained glass window into a mosaic of colors. His bright, beckoning hues are mixed together in complete disarray. I must confess it perplexes me. Normally, scarlet and steel are all that fills the heart of a servant of the Omnissiah.
He does have something up with him, Pascal.
Idira's emotions are like a maelstrom, bright, unbridled, enveloping her form like a wondrous kaleidoscope of colors. And as dangerous as a twisting warp storm. The riot of colors hides the truth from my eyes. What exactly is driving this woman? Is it her own will, or is it the Immaterium, Lord Captain?
Bella is bathed in crimson as bright as fresh as blood, and his sight is all the more striking in the embrace of impenetrable darkness, and yet there's no malice in these heavy shadows. They are impartial, morose, uncompromised, never consuming what weak flashes of other color there may appear. Yeah.
I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
Alright. We are done with Janus. I think, yeah, Gamma was the place we were trying to get to. Because there was a huge problem going on there, but first frightening sound vision, hundreds of people reported knocking and screaming behind the bulkheads of the void vessel, the sound of nails scratching against a hole in the elongated Eldarish-like shadows thrashing about the long passageways. The phenomenon were most prominent in the far corner of the optic deck, where the new Lord's companion named Yearlit had made her home. Lord Captain, have done as commanded. Everything has been prepared for your ritual for Mistress Cavilla. A few upper deck officers are ready to leave their posts to attend this forum gathering and praise your lordship's name. We can begin at your convenience. Let's try this. It will be done. I shall signal the servants and notify the invited parties immediately. Let us demonstrate to Mistress just how strong our vessel spirit and camaraderie truly is. I don't know if she'll like this, but we're gonna try. She said she wanted to know more about the rituals outside of the ship, so... or outside of the cult. Is it a cult? I mean, I know it's called the Death Cult, but they believe it. And they're sanctioned. Where is she? Do I talk to her or do I talk to Janus? Maybe. He was further down here. There she is.
Delvin. May the Undying One.
Officer's deck, which I am. Maybe they talk to Boxmaster. Maybe I need to go to Officer's deck. All non-usable items are automatically packed into cargo. I did pack up all the armor. I should probably go through guns and do the same. Stands out clearly from the officers in attendance, both of her belaboring the full regalia of a member of Bloodstone, web over formal attire, and for the empty space around her. The other attendees are keeping their distance, as if an air of mortal danger repels them from your companion. Denrock, whose keen, worried gaze locked on Cabello, and whose mouth is stretched in the most curious, gives you a hurried bow, your lordship. Noman, you are here. You like the ceremonies. I am attempting to peer through the floored shell to the core, yet it continues to elude me. What's the purpose of this ritual? Explain it to me. Gratitude. There's one mere gratitude for doing what their duty demands. Would these people act differently without your show of appreciation? I hope that is not the case. I am too conspicuous beside the rest of your servants. A fitting mask, that is what is required for a ritual like this. I came unprepared. It will not happen again. Food like this is impossible to come by in the lower base. I do not know what this is, but it tastes incredible. Juice is dripping down her fingers and hand. It seems she is the only one here who has not lost her appetite. The officers' faces have turned into pale, alarmed masks, and none of them is in a hurry to enjoy the feast. I feel wrong. Strange people, strange sounds and gestures. I am losing myself in this whirlpool. Passing the ice, we begin to carve lines right into the expensive wooden tabletop. A nervous murmur runs through the crowd. Their gaze are locked onto the harmless-looking, barely sharpened metal utensil in the hand of the cultist's foot. In surprise and looks up at you. She glances back and forth, seemingly privy to the meaning of your words, and then her clear, genuine laughter fills the room, startling everyone around her. I suppose that's true, Dylan. I will not fluster your subjects further. Wherever I lose my thread, whenever I am forced to stray out by the outside world, I return to the labyrinth. It has all the answers. My meditation helps me find my way out. I regain myself and pray to the righteousness of serving the Undying One. Tell those around me who I am. Everyone here is wearing a mask for their respective thread. It is not required for your rituals. Why? You have looked behind the curtain, and now I have looked at yours. I do not think that we have heard all the words that should have been spoken here today. Is it because you did not say them in front of witnesses? Bella avoids your gaze as the two of you walk from the other guest. She seems calm, but the slight tremble running down her right hand betrays once you are alone, she looks straight at you. I discern what you're doing here, and I know that you're calling it a ritual is rude. True rituals are constant, immutable, like the cycles of cooling machines in the ship's bow, or shifts of the base service. This was spontaneous, something you prepared just for me, then you stayed up by my side the entire time. And here you are, granting me yet another request. Why is it that? So that is how it is, Delvin. When you asked me if I wanted to look at the rituals of your world, I was not entirely candid with my answer. Yes, to see the Doman's world is a priceless gift, but what I truly wish was to see what do you think? Has your blade failed you? Ooh. Words ring with danger, Doman. But I can understand why you would think this. Such is the Doman's destiny, the burden of power, the burden of living as a predator. I did not think Cabela was a romanceable character. Then take me there, Ignatius. What are we about to see here? My hand is like hovering over the hold screen and everything like that. I ain't trying to get kicked off of Twitch before I get started, you know? Okay. She's carving herself in bed.
Different in intimacy from what I expected. I'm discovering new sides to you.
Draws a finger across her pale skin, tracing a long fluid line from the curve of her hip to the sharp ridge of her clavicle through the pattern of ritual wounds and battle scars. We have gained knowledge of one another, Ignatius, through the revelation of flesh. We have found together a stronger spiritual bond between us. Do you feel it? I believe this is but the first of many revelations we will perceive. Each new encounter promises the opportunity to know you better and to reveal myself to you. We will explore our bodies and souls to attain total unity. Yes, it was a new sensation. Every moment with you was replete with meaning. Empty lust would not grant such depth of feeling. The lesson love does not encourage the pleasures of the flesh, but nor does it forbid them. Its bidder is free to enjoy carnal love, but what draws them to it is usually curiosity rather than passion. Or a special feeling, a sacred feeling that must not be sacrificed to excesses. I must spend some time alone. I must traverse the labyrinth with new knowledge of us. Interesting. Might get some ship fights in. Or not. Alright, scanning. Opticon 22. Cogitator screen highlights the shapes of several buildings, a small settlement. The only one on the planet is Winter's Guild Dynasty Outpost. After a lengthy descent to the planet, you're rewarded with the dismal sight. The entire outpost consists of long columns of uniformed bunkhouses, machine hangars, and large headquarters topped with the massive antenna of an ancient boxcaster. Binary suns hanging in the sky make every object cast two shadows, a spectacle you find vaguely disturbing. The custodian and his people go out of their way to give the esteemed guests proper reception, but the resources are scarce at best. There's alarming news. The outpost is highly dependent on various deliveries from the core, but 2 ships have already failed to arrive. The locals do not have an astropath on their own, so the custodian cannot determine the cause of the delays. The outpost will soon run out of food, so the custodian sends an urgent request for provisions. He is begging for you for help, offering what little his settlement has in exchange. Okay, the showers your guidance and her sends gift and returns. The formerly grim and worried faces of his men will light up with relief. Interesting. I don't think it's better than what I have, but we'll look at it. Oh, and they give stuff. Oh, that was definitely worth it then. The return journey treats you to a rare and unexpected spectacle. An eclipse begins as one of the 2 local suns covers the other. You watch as the temperature drops, the lighting changes, and the double shadows vanish. The 2 discs in the sky merge, forming a shimmering oval and then becoming one. Eventually, the fantastic event passes, leaving behind a vivid memory. Oh, look at it. You can see them, like, drifting around each other. It's only 2, but I have so many of them. A recent scuffle don't take me. This is not a frigate. This is just gutted pieces of metal. Blimey, the culprits are here too. The Aldari freaks recognize their shiny asses even from this distance, except the Xenos are acting suspiciously. They are hovering in place and not even trying to run. Call off your people, something is wrong. The children of Assyrian are dismayed, but doing something like this to a Moncave vessel? No, we are not animals. Appeal to your prudence and the promise you made. Do not destroy my kin for the deeds they did not commit. Lord Captain, we received a report from an auger crew. The situation is unusual. The Xeno ship displays no biological or energetical signatures, even though it appears to be attached. According to the scanners, there's nobody on board. However, survivors are believed to be hiding in one of the compartments of the damaged vessel of the Imperium. We have also spotted some drifting plating remains that belong to a third unidentified vessel. Rescue first. Artifacts and fuel. Scouts trained to rescue several emaciated officers. Despite their wounds, they were able to tell us what happened. During the patrol, the frigate discovered an Aldari ship crossing the system and decided to immediately attack the enemies of humanity. The Xenos vessel proved too fast and skittish, but at one point its engine fails. When the guns were aimed, several Drukari ships suddenly pounced from the darkness. At first they attacked from a distance, but soon boarded the frigate and wreaked a bloody massacre on the decks. It was only by sheer miracle that the surviving officers managed to escape, locking themselves up in a hidden technical compartment that Xenos had no use for. The survivor claimed that Xenos conspired and deliberately led the ship into a trap where it met its doom. Xenos joined forces to eliminate a vessel of the Imperium. An alliance between the Eldari and Drukari is an unusual sight, yet such an outcome is hardly surprising. Why, Master Interrogator? I was thinking the exactly same thing. At last you and I can finally agree on something. How blind are the Moncave to the vices of their own kind? Humans attacked the ship of the children of Assyrian, sailing peacefully by, but as my kinspeople are to blame. No, my kind would not willingly take part in a massacre orchestrated by the Dark Ones and then abandon their ship. Something else is happening here. Something I'm even afraid to consider. I hope to join Drukari, but the presence of their ships in the system at this time has not been confirmed. Captain Scouts confirm our earlier report that the inner ship is intact. Many valuable artifacts have been signed, but neither the Eldarian or their bodies were discovered. We are late again, Alantag. I came right here, that's not on me. Which of us is born with our destiny grows with us? Well, that was done immediately. I couldn't even read that. Oh, there. Time concerned that displaces our life. The same is true for entire civilizations, for they must one day fade beneath the weight of the ages. The crew retreated to a truly impressive sight. A colossal storm on the gas giant surface. The planet's dimensions in themselves are mind-boggling. Then it brought the tempest, the storm to end all storms. As the Lord Captain and his officers observing it from a safe distance through the bridge's huge viewing window, someone suggested giving it a name, and the Emperor's wrath garnered the most votes. Some of the crew believed the storm to be an omen. Nothing. That's it. And thanks for the help. The locals are indebted to them. Now that's it. But your pet Altari is in a foul mood and moving toward the captain's bridge. We didn't dare to stop her, but I suspect that you have some difficult conversation ahead of you. I went there immediately.
Please spare me a brief moment of your time, Elantak. Asurion knows that I do not care about the curious glances of Monkey. I grew inured to them back in the blossoming gardens of the Lilithon. They curse me from afar. They follow my every move. They ward themselves against me. Let them. After all, what can be done with such weak-minded, primitive creatures?
Not gonna get anybody on your side.
And still, one monkey stunt has caused the cup of my patience to spill over. She dared to approach me, to speak to me, and touching my hand, she suggested that we withdraw somewhere private. She wanted Morag. The mere memory of it stirs up a tempest in my soul.
How dare they? How dare they?
I accept your words, Elantak. And still, try to imagine, Elantak, being lusted after by a wild beast. It is foul, disgusting, so vile that it makes your very soul shudder. Your words warm my soul. Very well. I will leave now. Do not forget your promise.
know a group of officers was discovering grim rumor will launch. Word has it the Operation Lord Captain Theodora has been sighted on board, lady. As you heard right, they say she is haunting the decks, dragging wayward crew members off into oblivion. Disquiet has spread throughout the ship, and an anomaly has been reported in different sections, some entire kilometers apart. Mr. Heinrich von Kulla expressed his interest in our communication stations in Box Nets a short while ago. The interrogator appears to be very well versed in matters of secret technology, and it worries me. A man of his knowledge and in his line of work is capable of discreetly planting his own devices in our system. You'll be vigilant, Lord Captain, but you should try to be more careful as well. Yes.
Elantak. What do I see? Your words ring with the desire to know the soul of another. But will you be able to comprehend my answer? You and I, Elantak, look at this world in very different ways. And I see many more facets, and deeper meanings, and brighter colors in it. But to capture the full truth of this world in the miserly language familiar to your ears will take time. I will come to you with an answer later. The Lilithan is purifying herself of the corruption brought by the servants of Cylon Thrash. Gardens and birds, animals and people. Many are gone forever, and even more are corrupted beyond healing. But the Lilithan is stronger. This world will live. My kin are probably still looking for a means to enter the webway. May the Lilithan spirit aid them in this endeavor. Beyond the gate lies salvation, and perhaps even knowledge about the fate of Kruderok and the remaining survivors.
Feels stupid to ask her if she's causing the disturbances on the ship. Like, the ship has always been a little weird, and they're like, well, definitely her fault. Like, ship does strange stuff. When it's broken, it still goes, so, you know, maybe it's not it. The matter is extremely concerns Lady Cassie. You see, since her first day abroad, her presence has been a disturbance to the crew's way of life. Allow me, I have prepared to deliver a detailed report. First incident occurred immediately after our departure from Yorkshire. The Lady Navigator chastised one of the ship's runners, after which he went to his living quarters, killed his family, and then shot himself. A second incident was noted while traversing the wood. Lady Navigator gave the pilots the wrong instruction. The Voyager was thrown off course for a matter of minutes, but this was enough for the forces of the Meteorium to anger the machine sphere. It's enough for them to start a fire in the service bay. For that, officers living near the Lady Navigator's quarters began to express extreme emotions: hysteria, apathy, euphoria, rage. This is quite detrimental to crew morale and performance. The last incident was recorded on football. Around 100 living birds were delivered on board during our stay. Each bird cost a hefty sum, but I failed to discover the purpose and subsequent fate. I also told you about a conflict between the Lady Navigator and the Seneschal, alas with no details. If you like, you can ask Master Warsarian directly. Things are even worse with Jay. I intercepted a boxcast in which she promised she would, and I quote, end that Kasha if she ever saw her again. If I may, Lord Captain, the Lady Navigator's state of mind worries me. She is self-contained and does not mesh with the crew at all, which is why everyone avoids her. Every senior officers can be superstitious. I fear that only you are in a position to talk to her on an equal footing and improve the situation, for the sake of the crew and that of Lady Cassie herself. Let's talk to Abelard. And then Jay. And then Cassia once we have all the news. I mean, that was the thing on Urak 5. Her presence made people, like, insane. They called her, like, the child, and everything was done for the child.
Lord Captain. And who brought this piece of news to you, I wonder? Then again, I have nothing to hide from you. Of late, the helmsmen have been going off course with increasing frequency, and the reports are full of contradicting accounts. The problem continued, even after several demotions were handed out, so I took it upon myself to investigate. I was astonished to learn that our Lady Navigator has been amending entries in the ship's log, and the officers have been keeping silent on her orders. I immediately demanded an end to the outrageous conduct, and I reprimanded Lady Cassia in front of the officers.
Ooh.
She greeted my words with silence, and then quickly departed. I should not have acted thus. I never even found out what drove her to do it.
Abelard knows.
It is wise for a rogue trader to have caches where they can safely store important information. And utterly unwise to share the coordinates of such caches with anyone, even one's most trusted associates. I'm afraid I do not know how to find the caches, but I can offer some help. Your predecessor used this numeric code to deactivate certain defense systems in her service. If I know late...
I check out from the ship. Okay.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little talk, Shireen? So, Vigdis is snooping in on my Vox line. I wasn't threatening your navigator. I didn't even think about it. I was just relaxing in the good company of fragrant Amasak, sweet-scented Laho, and a handful of new friends from the upper decks. And right in the middle of the fun, the Lady Navigator swoops in and starts jabbering about how her head is about to split from the cacophony of colors coming from our cabin. Long story short, Shireen, I had the misfortune of getting a taste of what your officers have been going on about. They say when the Arcelio girl becomes upset, everyone in the vicinity loses their minds and is overtaken by Agi. And it hurt like anything. I can only remember everyone huddling in a corner, wailing like klaxons. As for Cassia, I think Cassia was flustered by the state of our clothes, which were very meager back then, as you understand. Before I could get my bearings, the poor thing was gone. The whole situation was awkward. As for the threats, they were addressed to one of the girls I'd been foolish enough to invite to our little party. That Casa used the confusion to pilfer a full pouch of Laho from under my nose.
I love how everybody else has a longer thing and hers is just get off my ship.
Oh, I have no doubt you will.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Panic flashes in Ruby Raz's eyes and your heart stays beating a little faster while your hands go cold.
Not here. I'm begging you. Aren't noblemen supposed to discuss such things away from the servants? Then lead the way, and I will answer all of your questions.
What does he want to talk about, Lord Captain? I have nothing to say to your unfounded accusations about my conflicts with the crew. Can I recall my having a single quarrel with any of your people during my entire time abroad? I beg to differ. I read numerous books on Asher and Notarius and could swear on House Vasilia's honor that your officers are entering data in complete contravention of regulation. False terms, random distances between lines, spelling mistakes, and even the simplest of words. I have spent the last few cycles correcting the latest log entries, and I thought it would please Master Avalon, as he is so fond of order. and the Seneschal did not appreciate my efforts and for some reason called them in outrage, even though mere days before he had been swallowing me in warm yellow words. I notice all of you people do this when they are expressing sympathy. I merely wanted to repay the Seneschal with the same courtesy. Perhaps he finds my friendliness off-putting. Admittedly, I am at a loss myself. The day we arrived on football, I sent a request to the ship's quartermaster and asked him to get me a songbird. But he never asked for clarification. Shortly before we left, I had a countless number of cages delivered to me, all wrapped in bright red panic with flickering tints of fear. There was a bird in every one. I was so excited I thought I would have 100 friends instead of just one. They were speaking so piteously I let the poor things out, even fed them my breakfast and dinner. But the stupid birds would not stop chittering even after bedtime. They were dashing about the room, smacking me in the face with their wings, and defecating. I became angry, and suddenly they started pecking at each other's eyes and attacking me. Then I became afraid, and they fell over dead. Do not think I want to keep pets anymore. I already told you I cannot control. What else do you want from me? Will I be assigned a pariah chaperone, or will you put me in suppressing shackles? Oof. I saw something in the warp. Something vast, predatory, shimmering with indescribable colors. It came from nowhere and stared at the ship with hundreds of hungry eyes right there in our path. I decided to change the course while it was still possible, but did not want to sow panic. Would have been better to tell the crew we were heading straight into the monster's gaping maw. Please share your thoughts with me. I feel like that might be insulting because she is well spoken. Kindness knows no bound, Ignatius. I will endeavor not to cause you any trouble anymore. Very well, since we are done with this misunderstanding, I'd like to change the subject. It won't be fair to me to ask you a few questions now, would it? Do not mistake me, I'm not going to accuse you of anything. It's just that you're the most worthy interlocutor on the entire ship, and you're always so busy. I read a treatise by Passus to Mobius very recently, claimed that subjects would never believe their new ruler was better than the old one unless the old one had been a tyrant. No matter the circumstances, the lowborn rabble have become deluded about their prospects and rebel in favor of their base desires. What do you make of that? What do we want? What do we want to do? Not that one. Too bleh. Indeed. I was not wrong about your merits or your ability to hold conversation, though my second question does not confound you either. According to the 20 tones penned by the preacher, voice stack Estefan the Forgotten, mercy and cruelty go through the world hand in hand. But people flock only to one pan of the scales. Would you rather inspire fear in your prize or being magnanimous and choose all? I'm not afraid of acquiring a reputation for ruthlessness. There's so much power in your words, power that makes me want to join you. I understand now why your subjects are eager to follow you. Damn it, I was afraid we were too different, and yet you helped me realize that I can be candid with you. I must confess that sometimes I can hardly bear the burden the house has placed upon me. I feel I am not doing my best. Tell me how you, parent to a protector, can bear the responsibility for billions of lives day after day and not stoop under all the weight. Thank you for your patience, Ignatius. You are helping me to see the world in different colors, a novel experience for me. Conversations hold a special place in my heart. Allow me to bid you farewell for now. I am heading back to my chambers to consider today's conversation. Strange among her own, indeed.
Lord Captain.
Hi.
Lord Captain.
Got a quest there. Here. To attack, and this is like the starting cinematic. Yeah. That's inconvenient. Sourback, how can you let this happen? Assassination attempt upon the rogue traitor in his own chambers, right under the noses of your enforcers. The master artwork, grim, her eyes are dark colors, but the practice hand removes them all from her belt and offers it to you. An unforgivable error, accept full responsibility and ask for due punishment. Understood, Lord Captain, reporting. All adjacent decks have been isolated. We've begun our search for the culprit and set up an investigation headquarters on the officer's deck. The substance has been analyzed and confirmed to be blood containing traces of major mutations. While it poses no risk of infection to your lordship, the very presence of such genetic aberration aboard serious threat to the safety of the ship must be addressed promptly. If this word gets out, many among the crew will surely seek to challenge your status. The heresy of mutation. Mutants are vicious beasts who sow only ruin and death. They are devoid of all humanity, and the vile blood that runs through their veins feeds their unclean thoughts and urges. Numerous accounts speak of entire colonies falling prey to bloody uprisings staged by these creatures, all because their governors are too squeamish to order genetic purges. You don't say. I wonder why somebody doesn't consider human. Why is somebody we don't consider human and exterminate by the thousands would think to revolt? What a crazy mystery. Alas, the Imperial's enemies are not limited only to those within its midst. Mutants can become a considerable threat, especially when given the chance to organize. The heretics have revealed themselves and are eager to fight. Then fight we shall. Let the vessel be purged of their filth. Then they would fill the bath with the acid or poison instead. There are easier ways to kill someone than drowning them in blood, as foul as that blood may be. Beg to differ, were something of this sort to happen to me, my heart would surely stop. Thank you, Cassian. As one, every enforcer present gets on their lead. Lord Captain, this incident has cast a shadow on our honor. We only ask for one thing, a chance to absolve ourselves again. Allow me to head the officers' deck up once so that I may lead the investigation personally. Lord Captain, on a previous occasion, it was your intervention that resolved the matter, that my own rigidity had only succeeded in making things worse. With due respect to Mr. Stralbeck, perhaps you would benefit from your fresh perspective. Finishall, do you think so little of me that you robbed me a chance to defend my Arnak? Of course, Lord Captain. Our engineer befitting your status to be prepared on the officer's deck. I think I am gonna swap out Juliet for Argenta just for combat, because two snipers, it hasn't been a problem yet, but I can only imagine that having the spray and pray of Argenta is nice. If I have Cabela, so my front line is already kind of stacked, I'm not sure. Sir barks at the officer's gap before his lordship, the rogue trader, seen fit to honor us with his presence in order to monitor the course of the investigation. You are expected to perform your duties immaculately and report your every step to me. Should any of your actions bring shame to the enforcers, you will answer to me personally. Lord Captain, the three officers before you have been tasked with conducting the investigation. The first, Captain Klein, is a veteran with the record of quelled uprising and the mutant abominations in the colonies. Captain Genevri is young, but she's already preempted several mutinies among the ship's rabble. Lastly, there's Captain Roptip. Interrogation skills deserve credit. Knows how to instill fear and respect firmly in the minds of the riffraff. Notice these sources feign to shoot lenses and throw their shoulders back. Apparently, they are not used to staying so close to figures renowned as you. Their drilling is good. Their service records are excellent. Let's see how they perform in the field. Discover a worker's corpse mutilated and desiccated. We are still looking into the man's identity and position, but the Chirurgians has confirmed that among all the blood that was pumped into your bed, the blood carrying mutations was indeed his. The workers from the nearby decks have all been checked for genetic aberration, but the mutations identified are all within the norm for laboring masses. They are being rounded up for interrogation as we speak. So much noise and empty violence. I'm surprised you're able to find anything in the pandemonium of your own making. Our interrogation techniques are broad and varied. However, nothing loosens the tongue like corporal punishment, beatings, mutilations, torture, public execution. When combined with psychological pressure, such methods work wonders. Captain, these methods may be brutal, but their effectiveness has been proven over centuries of practice. No criminal will confess if you ask them politely, but if you shatter their finger and courteously remind them how many unshattered bones they still have left in their body. Tyrek's glove creaks as she grips her maw. Her gaze remains cold and calm as you command, Lord Captain. Mutations are plotting. Mutants are plotting. They've been breeding like void rats, so they're getting cocky. Must have wanted to infect your lordship with their plague. It was an attempt on Lord Captain's life. It was a threat. The rebel are planning to revoke, so they're trying to terrorize. Soon you will drown in blood. Insurgents pride themselves on such metaphors. Meanwhile, Captain Hiroko is convinced that it was a work of Vogt Veer's surviving cultists. However, I believe this to be a warning rather than a threat. What we need to establish is who's trying to warn us and of what. Body. Once we have ascertained the dead man's identity, we'll be able to locate its associates and narrow down the number of suspects. Captain Klein is in charge of examining the corpse. While we wait for Klein to report, please enjoy the refreshments I've prepared for you. Ah, yes. Identifying the victim has proven impossible. His face has been smashed in and his body is badly maimed. There are too many wounds that determine the exact cause of death, but presumably he died after the killer slit his throat. That's how they drained his blood. No external signs of mutation were found. In other words, we have nothing, Klein. This isn't a report. It's our declaration that our incompetence before the Lord Captain. You will keep digging around inside that corpse until you produce results. Janeri looks at Klein with sympathy. She clearly cares about him, but does not wish to trample on her comrade's honor with words of comfort. Roka regards Klein with a contemptuous smirk while Klein scowls back at him. Infighting. Performing an autopsy was inadvisable due to the danger of contaminating the air with genetic aberration. You see a flash of genuine horror in Klein's eye before his gaze turns glassy. I've seen that look before in the eyes of other veterans. Expressions from relieving painful memories that have left deep behind deep scars. They cannot hope to overcome such trauma on their own. They would need help or a partner, perhaps some strong emotional stimulus. Decline, why don't you go take a break? Maybe it's time to consider asking for a transfer to a less demanding post. Your best years are behind you. You should make way for the younger generation. Shut your damn mouth, Rothko. The things I've seen, the filth I've crushed. You want to gut another one? You want to see mutant bloods on my hand? I'll show you blood. Well played, Lord Captain. It's been some time since I last saw this kind of fire in the old man's eyes. Just a little prod, just a little poke in the right direction, getting back on his feet. Klein is up to his elbows in blood, his eyes flaring defiantly. I've examined the filth inside as out. His innards are a genetic nightmare. It's a bag of corruption wrapped in human skin. Extra organs, scales, atrophied ingrown limbs, but that's not what's important. The body was disfigured posthumously. They killed me with surgical precision before opening his throat and draining his blood. It wasn't up until after the murder that they crushed his head and tried to cover up his wounds. The wounds were so brutal, I almost missed his work tattoo. The victim was a pipe warden. I found this in his throat. Certain legends bring to your mind one of St. Quirine, who was granted a portent of enemies hiding among the faithful, and Quirine prayed to the Emperor for a sign that might reveal the traitor. A raven's feather burst out of her mouth to inscribe the names of the conspirators. Only some versed in symbology of the Imperium could have left such a message. By all means, do not make allusions to saints. This was someone versed in the creed. Someone wanted to hide the cause of death. What I failed to understand is why they would then leave the body out in the open instead of disposing it. Pipe wardens are a worker clan that service the ship's sewer systems. The tattoos indicate the worker's personal status and number. This one was SP-24601, Senior Pipe Warden. I concur. Would you like to give us specific instructions, Lord Captain? tip. Follow my heart, but of course I should have thought of it myself. I downs it instantly. Evidently, he is in no state to save the bouquet and taste the fine drink you have offered him. You should run the victim's identification through the Masterwork Law Cogitator. Machine favors us, we will be able to narrow down the number of suspects. Whenever this is your arena. Allow me to introduce the esteemed tech priest Androvita Feet By. She believes she has the right to obstruct the investigation and refuse to grant the enforcers access to the Master Cogitator. I request that the Labelman's willful activities be halted. She intends to torment the miscreant spirit of the Masterwork Law Cogitator Iota of 3B. The Venerable Sphere is ill and no disposition to endure such abuse. Spirit is old and quick to anger. It therefore calls for a sensitive approach, not a torturous intrusion by a brutish Labelman. Since the start of this watch, the spirit has been unwell, so we've been trying to soothe its woes by applying sacred unguents and sensing the great machine's floors. The dogma of data recuperative quarantine prohibits any disturbances unless its machine is found to be in such state. Let no profane hand touch the sacred machine stricken. Let the mechanism be shielded from all worldly troubles by veil of righteous litany. Let its shrine be thrice the honor to the formalities no more. Very well, I shall disturb the spirit, but I demand that the Labelman shall respect and do as she is told. Omnissiah preserve us. The Great Sphere was infected by a layperson. That is a culprit you should be searching for, not some pipe warden. Sacrilege. Registering a Category 3 act of sacrilege resulting in a Category Epsilon Project transgressive scenario, resulting in the inclusion of the offender in the registry of wanted entities for the purpose of expiative disposal. Second here. We have discovered that the Cogitator's malfunction began after an unauthorized attempt to access it was made. Someone deliberately angered the machine spirit in order to bury the workbox. Thankfully, the esteemed test priest was able to appease the spirit and extract the information we needed. The victim's name was Orto. On the day he died, he was servicing vial 27B, which supplies water to the rogue trader's bat chamber. He also had a partner who has yet to appear for duty since the incident occurred. We have a suspect. Impossible. Since the start of the watch, this area has been used as a center of operations. No rabble could have slipped by unnoticed. Moreover, common pipe board and went on to commune with the fiend spirit. The murderer had help. Senior pipe boarder Guidon, number SP268-55, an 8th generation pipe boarder. No registered infractions. Excellent discipline, perfect work order, exemplary servant of the Imperium. Your Lordship, there was a man named Guidon among the rabble waiting to be interrogated. He immediately struck me as suspicious. Please allow me to question him in your presence. Bring him in. Where he stands a gaunt man in work clothes. His face is swollen from the bruises and several of his fingers are broken and sticking out. He stares vacantly into distance with watery eyes. Start talking, you miserable rat. You tried to kill the Lord Captain, didn't you? Arthur grabs the workman by the lapels. Gwen and the coach flies open with the crude occult symbols. What's this? Heretical brands? Cultist scum. Yes, it was me. I tried to put a curse on the Lord Captain. I killed my partner in a wicked ritual, rubbed elbows with them demons, consorted with them. All they carried a dark plot and doomed the Lord Captain for the glory of my almighty master. His words. He's trying to paint over his fake garish she is, but his abject terror carries with it too much black and gray. What did he hope to accomplish? He's admitted everything, the vermin. I have insisted time and again the assassination attempt was carried by one of Bakvir's surviving henchmen, and I was right. I guess we weren't so thorough in clearing them out as we thought. Bertha looks proud and self-important. Ginevra is biting her nails up, hesitating to say anything. Sauerbeck is observing the work in silence, apparently sunk deep in thought. Meanwhile, Klein merely stands with a distressful grimace on his face. No one here seems to believe that you are looking at the real culprit. I apologize if this one was before your order. I will take responsibility for not anticipating it. Ginevra, do you concur with the Lord Captain? Have you anything to say about this expert display? That's one thing that's bothering me. Whedon, what are those marks all over you? They are my cultist marks. I convert curses on people and talk to demons. This one's called the Haim of Terror. It represents the 9 archdemons I always pray to, each one, first thing in the morning. There's no such symbol. It's supposed to be a circle with 8 arrows, and there's no way it's called the Haim of Terror. This is some kind of travesty, your lordship. The man is talking nonsense. I often have to deal with the insidious rabble. The idleness and avarice of the scum of lower decks breeds heresy, especially during war travel. People start carving signs on themselves and praying to all sorts of things. The circle with the 8 arrows is more common than any other symbol, but I've never seen this variation before. The dead man looked more like a demon worshipper to me. The way his guts were all twisted. For all this one were here. There's no touch of the warp on his body, that's for sure. The worst he'll be able to show you us is an ingrown man. I agreed, Lord Captain. I want the truth. Who are you and who told you to give us this pathetic confession? Forgive me, your lordship. I'm not Guidon and I'm not a heretic. Yart's me name. I'm a laundryman. Please have mercy. They took my family. The enforcer said she'd throw them out the airlock if I don't confess. She made me draw these unholy marks on myself. The enforcers have a knack for persuasion, Mr. Sauerbeck, but this is ridiculous. What enforcer? Name. Give me her name. Ginevra. Her name was Ginevra. What? I swear I have not. Ginevra. The steely edge in Sauerbeck's voice causes everyone present to freeze, but you also hear a note of bewilderment. We will deal with her later. I will handle the search for Guidon myself, Lord Captain. Will you have us execute this demon worshipper? Execute. Truly no word sounds sweeter to this monkey's ear. I've never threatened his family, and I certainly did not force him to lie and throw heretical signs. I barely remember his face. I may have interrogated him beforehand, but it was someone else who put him up to this. Yet he knows your name and pointed you out. Do you not find that funny? Do you not find it funny that your head is always up your arse? It's obvious that someone framed her. Cease this fickling, Lord Captain. What we have here is a liar, a well-coached one at that. He will never confess on his own. That makes sense. You cannot beat a man half to death without everyone in the compartment getting wind of such a scene. We will look into it. It will be done. There's no cause for alarm, Lord Captain. This conspiracy may have been a fake, but it's now only a matter of time before we find the real culprit. We have the pipe warden's name and identification numbers, and we know which clan they are from. We will keep pressuring the riffraff until either the culprit confesses or someone turns him in. I will handle this. Please enjoy your meal in the interim, Lord Captain. The scoundrel will appear before us soon enough. Lord Captain, the real pipe warden Guidon has been found and is being escorted here as we speak. Are there any remaining questions you wish to address before we hear from Guidon himself? Yes, Lord Captain. We have thoroughly questioned all detainees known to have a violent temper and compared the tools and weapons we seized with the weapons found on the corpse. We have not been able to establish who has responded for the mutilation. We found witnesses to the battery of our false conspirator. According to them, an enforcer in a helmet came to detain Yard, spoke to him, and then gave him being so thoroughly that a ring came off their finger. Alas, that ring could not be recovered. Adele, let's go over facts we have on the sabotage and compile them. The body of the deceased was mutilated after death. It is likely that the nature of the injuries would have proven very useful in the investigation, that the perpetrator concealed them for various reasons. Someone sabotaged the work log card, so it would be harder for us to find the victim's partner, who might have information valuable to the investigation. Instead of the murdered man's partner, we were given a fool, one who thoroughly incriminated himself first before admitting that Captain Genevri had put him up to it. Tech Priest did not let anyone near the cottage. They even tried to prevent the enforcer's investigation. Genevri, were you there the entire time? Yes, ma'am. Since the start of my watch, I went there right after I handed the body over to Klein. The only time I stepped away was to retrieve the data slate from my quarters. I left a watchman, but he went missing. Most likely, one of the officers did not realize he was on duty and sent him off on some errand. I was only gone for a few minutes. Very convenient. Missing entry, a data slate misplaced, against risk regulations. I don't understand how I could have forgotten it. I always check my gear when I go on duty. It was Genevri. I relieved her when I came to inspect the corpse, which by then had already been cut up. The corpse was already looking like that when it came under my purview, but I could not get the name of the officer I discovered. The deck was such a mess that I decided I would deal with it later. I have conducted his preliminary interrogation like so many others. Rucker requested my assistance because of my experience in dealing with the rebel, but I swear there is no truth to these accusations. I never threatened his family, and I certainly did not force him to lie and draw heretical signs. I barely even remember his face. Transcript says you conducted Yard's interrogation alone. Why is that? Because I can handle a single laundryman. At first, not one of them is wearing a ring. However, you do find a small mark on Hako's little finger, as if he had been wearing some sort of band on it for a long time. Are you no longer wearing your family ring, Hako? Not on duty. Certainly not in compartments full of detained rabble. Behind the armor of affected indifference, his thoughts oozed grimy hues like blood mixed with umber. I will give you one chance to retain your last shred of honor and confess. You sabotaged the investigation. Why? Is it not obvious? To expose the conspiracy myself and to prove your incompetence to his lordship, to take the place I actually deserve. For years I toiled for the good of the dynasty. When the former master at arms was killed, I was refused my promotion. Instead, they gave the position to you, a self-certain sourback nit. Guess a noble's name means more than talent. When this crime occurred, I realized it was my chance to show what I was worth. While you were busy dallying, I quickly learned the name of the suspect, diverted the course of the investigation, an easy enough task, and began looking for the real Guidon. Had I found him in time, your position would have already been mine, Jocasta. Simply listen to yourself and you understand why they made me Master at Arms, Lord Captain. Lord Captain wished to dispose of this refuse personally. Backup plan. You always need to blame someone if you make a mistake. I could have framed Klein, but that young upstart was already galloping through the ranks too fast and was clearly aiming for my station. Besides, she and her thick-witted supporter were always right there when I needed them to be. Do you respect your lordship? I'm an enforcer. I've looked death in the eye and accept your judgment with dignity. I had every chance, but you were shrewder than I expected. My little trick with the body did work. You still don't know who was behind it all, but I've already figured it out. I hid Gwydon from you by damaging Incognito and delivering you a fake and idiot willing to incriminate, even prepared a contingency crazy crack for making sure you blame someone else. Nah, you can't let a guy who does all that for promotions just stay. Raka tries to speak, but his words are cut off by a devastating blow to the jaw. Collapsed to the ground, but Sarvak raises them all again and delivers another blow, this time straight to the ribs. She stretches out the pleasure, slowly crushing his bones and savoring every scream. When she's done, she finally allows the bloody mess that was once Raka to die where it lies. The gruesome execution of Captain Raka has increased the diligence, but the enforcers and those that have been trusted to supervise the crews of the engines and shields modules now work their hardest for fear of punishment. That takes care of the traitor. Now let us proceed with interrogating the pipe warden. Corcoran does his best to remain reverberantly brown, which paints a rather comical picture given his formidable height and complexion. He lowers his head, tugging at his beard. Senior pipe warden Gwaydon, honored to serve, Lord Captain, and ready to confess to everything. I am and I'm proud of it, Lord Captain. Pipe ward's craft is hard work but necessary. My number is SP-268-55. My work partner was the late Orto number SP-246-01. I oversee the water supply systems on the upper sectors A-3, K-8, and R-2. And in Clouds Valve 27-B. I did as the servant of death commanded. She said the Emperor gave the first spinner a sign, but your lordship should be bathed in the blood of the poor Ordo, my partner, and I was scared, so I obeyed. First spinner. I talked about the Vizier of the Bloodspun Web. Yes, that's him. He leads a death cultist, a lot who work for the Emperor by killing. The spinner hunt down heretics, but sometimes they take righteous lives too. The service of mystery, fervent, and bloody. What happens to me now? I never meant to anger you. I thought I was doing as the Emperor willed it. But here we are. I'm a simple man. I know pipes, and I know them a lot better than all of this people business. My ears aren't what they used to, but I can still smell rusted metal, though not so much in people's thoughts. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to look how serve you faithfully, and I'll never forget your mercy. If he did it because the first spinner told him to, I will... I can't punish him. Let the deeds be weighed. Investigation established that the Bloodstone went or attacked by means of pouring unholy blood into his bath. Domin Ignatius knows the truth. So it was done, for so I did will. It was no affront, but a prophecy. For my hands to divine, unsullied martyrs offered their souls and bodies into his imperishable embrace. I gazed into the red rivers of their smoldering lives, and I did see. Roiling unclean, staining the bay, reaching for the anointed Lord of the Ark. In my apprentice's last life, I heard the Undying One's whisper. He did bade me. He bid me, bathe the Domin in the blood of he who must go, and they who have been righteous, for this will shield the Domin and strengthen his body against the roiling of clean. I speak, move, and draw breath because he will, so I defy not the Undying One, neither in death of gifts take nor in my living existence. I know not. I heard only his name and I knew he must go. Yes, you need no more knowledge than that. He did not reveal, but his corruption itself, it offends him. It tastes as sweet as fetid waters and old pipes. His promises are deception and force of smile. Its face is elusive. The situation is clear, your lordship. The Emperor sent us a portent. Protector mankind guided the hands of his holy servants to guard us and warn us of hidden threats. Monkey has drawn attention to the mutant in a way that it could not be ignored. Sure tactic if the threat is indeed as great as he believes. Officer Rani keep a respectful silence, but you can tell by their faint smiles that they find the very idea of doubting the Emperor's providence absurd. Yes, I will tell him. Your seeds in your hands, Keeper of Life, whether you keep us or scatter us, we will remain grateful. Be that as it may, we have hit it in ahead. We hope that exposing Cook will lead us to the aberrations Levit. ooh, I could give it over to the Bloodspun, but they are a lot. The nose spinner or brave warrior from the Doman Circle can find the roots of the unclean, for it compares human inaccuracy to them. Only his thoughts betray its vile nature. Only its thoughts are never human. Vice. Anxious silence falls among sides. Is it unclean thoughts we need to find? Very well. Let Vice find out. He knows how, no matter how badly he wishes that the rest of us forgot about it. Then his accuracy is a fearsome hunter. When he hunts, this flagship wails. When he thinks, my teeth creak, and I feel pain as if I'm young again. But as part of granted thief, he can hunt down our prey. Esteemed Zachary Wise can perform the ritual thought reading. The practice lets him do a cursory examination of the minds of thousands of people in search for certain individual. A ritual rare as it is dangerous, and only someone as versed as Master Wise can accomplish such a feat. Only once, Lady Theodore made use of to explore spies on who apparently had been employed Lord Inquisitor Kel'Thuzar. I would say at least one least eager will be Master Wise himself. Last time his efforts caused some severe war manifestation. The ritual truly is perilous. Not to put too fine a point on it, Weiss nearly destroyed the ship back then. Incidentally, he had given us multiple warnings that it could happen. Lady Theodore ignored them, and we read through so why do I get the feeling that I know what we're having next? I do what we done when a threat. I will bring the enforcers while you consult Crawler's Master with Wise, Lord Captain. Ugh, so much. Level up for that? Sure did. Let's go finish this.
My faith is my shield!
Back it up. No, that could be pretty good. He's normally in the back, but if like something spawns in, he won't get hit by it. I like that. A little protection for my boy. weapon skill. Its own ability gives him that. There you go. All that dodge she has. Did I screw up for that? Doesn't she have something that overrides that? Deals less agility bonus, additional damage. Okay, so it doesn't mean strength does nothing, it just also does it plus agility bonus. Yeah. Okay. He's jamming on the keys. Warmaster Wise turns to you long before you reach him. Chill runs down your spine as someone watching you from inside your own being. Sum your will and drive out the unpleasant sensation. Warmaster smiles sadly. You shroud your mind well, your lordship, and yet I can guess why you have come. With all due respect, I am asking you to reconsider. It's my wish to be useful to your lordship, but what we have come for will put the ship in greater peril. Rich of this kind can, and certainly will, go the worst way possible. Your predecessor came to me with the same orders once. Nothing good came of it. Please believe me, Lorcan, when I say mountain corpses was the least of the problems we faced that time. Many years ago, sometime Lady Thor had become anxious. As the Lord's Inquisitor's interest in her affairs adversely affected her, shall we say, trust in her own subject. She was expecting a betrayal, and eventually a paranoia brought her to me. I performed the ritual, but the choir ceased to exist. When did that day, Lord Captain? We arrived at the chapel. There was blood and human remains everywhere, but that was the least of the terrifying things we saw. The Asuryani spend decades tempering their spirits before touching the veil. You lack the gift of time, yet you seek to harness powers that aren't too pleased with your ignorance. It takes the entire choir's power to invade such a prodigious number of minds at once. I weave their voices into a chord and steer it into the murky sea of other people's souls. Together we read tens of thousands of thoughts, emotions, and intent, looking for the thing you are after, the seed of corruption you are interested in. Lord Captain, you know the proverb about staring too long in the abyss. What you're asking for is a tantamount to plunging the entire choir into that abyss. It will take a single careless thought, a single glance in the wrong direction for the way back to be lost. Human minds fusing into one another, vitrified organs inside still living bodies, perverse fantasies manifesting in the flesh. Nothing will stop the horrors of the war from spreading all over the ship in the blink of an eye. And even if I agreed, it would be impossible. I would need a second, powerful telepath as a defender to shield my mind. The last time my best apprentice, Adeline, did that, but she was no longer with us. He was exceptionally talented, rivaling even myself. Now that I know of only one Psyker and the entire expanse of are equal, but he is bound to the service of one of House Wonderscale's planetary government thus available, which makes your dangerous enterprise an impossibility. Worse than you can imagine, your lordship. It only took a fraction of a second leaving inside another mind for one of the astropaths to lose control of their own. The affliction spread down the chain like fire. No one was spared. The minds of my charges cannot withstand the tension. Their consciousness were caught in a vortex of alien thoughts. Fortunate ones died at once, as for the rest. I managed to send out a call for help and did my best to contain the phantoms of my own before Lady Theodora arrived. I was the only survivor out of the entire court. His ladyship allowed me to spend a month in a secluded cell where, upon his floors and walls, I drew the most powerful protective hexagrams I knew. I was crushed. I was broken. Worst of all, I was afraid of meeting the same fate as Adeline and my other apprentices. An astropath must never be afraid, your lordship. One who yields to fear dies and dooms those around you. Lady Theodora bombarded the Adeptus Administration for months with requests to provide her with a new astropathic choir. In the end, new voices did fill the chapel. They were never told what happened to the previous choir, but they have inklings. I pray to the God Emperor that they never figure out the details. Find a Psyker who will help you. Absolutely not. He is a witch, an abomination. She won't make the situation worse. The beasts of the world will send her heresy-prone soul and descend upon us in droves. Master von Calix is a brilliant biomancer, your lord, but as far as I know, he is not particularly adept at telepathy or Psyker's protective rituals, is he? With all due respect to your unquestionable talents, I ain't working with a specific branch, that being telepathy. Master Heimerman is a seasoned telepath, but his lord would never part with such incredible value to his specialist. A sizable amount of money will be necessary to organize Master Heimerman's escape. I realize that this ritual may be only confined in the mutineers, but is there plots left as well as doing the entire vessel? I do not say so. As you will, your lordship. I will return to my duties.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
I don't think it's going to do anything. And if it turns into a fight, then we'll kill them when that happens. It looks like our internet problems have started up in slight this time. Permission to address you with requests. Our head chirurgeon is sabotaging the ship operations. He has quarantined several Voidsman crews on account of a piddling sickness. People don't even go to the med bay when they come down to it. They just wipe their nose and keep working. Only a dozen or so died from it in a whole year. We're sitting on our hands here, so I ask that you talk some sense into them. Greetings, your lordship. My name is Leonard Forius, and I am the chirurgeon Majoris of this vessel. As your chief medicae specialist, I assure you that according to these well-wording, this piddling sickness that claims the lives of a number of meritorious officers in the past. This time I intend to get the epidemic under control, study the disease thoroughly, and develop a proper cure. I hope you'll agree that a single period of downtime is a small price to pay for the number of lives that would be saved and increase in the crew's performance during such outbreaks in the future. Not to mention the fact that we won't have to waste stimulants due to the afflicted using them as a crutch to offset their limited work capacity. By gathering enough infected individuals together, letting the illness progress, comprehending its properties, and finally killing it. The disease goes through several stages, with each containing clues to its natures and vulnerability. The poison will have to stay sick for some time until I discover the cure, assuming, of course, the disease is reversible in its final case. This may limit the potential of the study, but this approach is also acceptable. I will make up for the lack of material with my expertise. Thank you for taking your crew's health into consideration. Should you require my services, you may find me on the bridge. First attacks are harder to dodge. Let's go fight some pirates. Your heart, it'll teach you. Being a pirate is all it could be. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free.
Enemy void ships. They are marked for death.
There's only one. What is that?
Lock on and launch!
If I had to prepare next turn, the power once their turn begins, you will be able to direct them. Your own torpedoes can pass through the space occupied without damaging it. As torpedoes reach a cell adjacent to an enemy, they explode. These ships can attack it and destroy them. One well-placed shot destroys one torpedo in a shadow of the salvo.
We have a destination to reach. Deliver their demands. Unleash a barrage of destruction! Show them the fury of our macro cannons! Full ahead! Unleash the power of our lance battery!
The enemy shield is down. Time to unleash a counterattack.
Unleash a barrage of destruction! Send our enemies to the void. We have a destination to reach. Show them the fury of our macro cannons.
Purgation through blessed plasma fire.
The higher will has guided us
Easy.
to triumph.
Not even a problem. I don't even think we took damage. We didn't. Because we're just that good. Yeah, I started extracting from ADM. Here's a large void ship recently dumped a huge load of junk and faulty parts from a orbit. The debris that did not burn up in the atmosphere is now blocking the flow of a mighty river. This dam is causing the river to overflow, flooding the nearby valley. A herd of large hoofed rodents has been gathered along the riverbanks. If the animals lose their usual habitat, they are doomed. Takes main plane and 100 crew members to remove the heap and letting the fall. The rodents run back to their patches without so much as backward glance. Well, it seems like we're having internet problems, so I am actually going to call it for tonight. It is also 1:30 in the morning. So, for those of you watching, those of you caught it, I want to say thank you, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.